Hi, my name is Safal Kareem and I'll be talking about the project management review for version 2 of the SPMP document. Project scope and testable goals. The project scope briefly outlines core goals of the project. They are not detailed as the SS contains a detailed version of the goals along with the descriptions, tests, and rationales. The team therefore decided to convert the major goals into milestones instead of writing it out again as goals, as it makes no sense to repeat. To verify the milestones, they each have to pass a test that has been specifically designed for those milestones. The scope of the project also states what the system shall and shall not do. This is done so the clients and users of the document knows what to expect from the system. Roles and responsibilities. As there are so many unit tasks to keep track of, the development team decided to divide the team into subteams and give each subteam a role and make them responsible for appropriate tasks. This makes it easier for the project manager to manage tasks and monitor progress and risks. However, the SPMP document also contains individual members' responsibilities as well if anyone wants to have a look at it. The client will also be involved in testing each small section of the project's development and providing the feedback onto the team. The client will also be involved in the final testing phases of our system, user acceptance test, this to ensure that the system is ready for release. This will guide the team through development and prevent any misunderstanding between the client and the team. Internal management structure. The internal management involves change or addition of new requirements have been described under section 1.4 where there is a procedure written which will be followed. There is also a request form template shown which will help and to make the stated procedure easy to follow as it will contain all high-priority information needed about the new change. Project assumption constraints and dependencies. As the project itself is small and there is little or no external influence on the project, there aren't many assumptions or constraints on the project. Most of it are related to the software and hardware of the system. To state one project constraint, as none of the members are working full-time on the project, the development of the project will be constrained by team members who will have other commitments such as studies or other commitments. Controlling and project monitoring and controlling. Each task will be monitored by the project manager through team meetings and Slack. Control mechanisms are described under risk management chapter, which will also contain monitoring and risk avoiding processes. As only one member is monitoring the project progress, there won't be any communication gap between the member and the team working on those tasks. List of documents. Section 7.2 contains all the lists of documents that will be produced throughout the project. Software and hardware requirements. Software requirements have been specified in a form of milestones as stated earlier in the presentation. Hardware requirements have not been specified as it is stated under assumption that the hardware provided by EV3 RoboKit is enough to create the required system. Development techniques and methodologies. The team will be using the evolutionary process model to develop the system as its technique allows ample opportunities of trial and error through its incremental and iterative design process. This will help the team as it's the team's first real project together. Tasks, unit of work. Table 6.1 contains a list of tasks and the Gantt chart shows tasks and their dependencies along with their estimated completion date. However, it is expected that the later half of the task date might change depending on the team's performance. Milestones. All milestones defined need to pass their own unique tests as stated in Table 6.1. They also have a testing date, which will help the project manager to keep a track of the project progress. Deliverables. As the project time is very small, only a couple of deliverables have been stated. Success criteria of the deliverables are integrated with success of completing each milestone, which in turn is related to fulfilling specific requirements. The deliverables are completed when the clients are happy after the testing using user testing phase. Quality and assurance, testing and quality assurance, sorry. To ensure quality testing, the system will be tested incrementally. There will be 3 types of testing: unit testing, system testing, and user testing, which will ensure whatever versions of the software is created is fit for purpose. After each testing, an individual document will be written which will allow the team and future developers maintaining the system to modify accordingly and retest it. For quality product, the product must provide what is stated by the requirements. The requirements have testable data with exact measurements or a range with units which must be used to ensure the software is indeed as expected. For example, server map must be produced in 15 to 20 minutes. Explicitly stating the metrics and measurements shall allow stability while verifying the software, no matter if it's done by the development team or future maintaining team.